Alright, yeah. We've done this once before, but I'm gonna do it once again. Oh, and Alex G makes songs, by the way, heck yeah. We listen to all songs, then rate. Exactly, that's what we're gonna do. Alright, first and foremost, it's just the burning memory. I'm going to give you like a quick play of the song. I'm very sure you're familiar with this one. Huge impact, definitely. A1, A minus. In my opinion, this song, it starts like... Oh wait, let me just talk about it first for a moment. So this is the song that starts off like a huge chain reaction. Basically everything that follows after this is the starting point. Like we just got, I mean, we don't get diagnosed with Alzheimer's yet probably, but we start having the disease. From this point on, everything just goes downhill. I think that is already a reason to just put it above A minus. And also, we gotta consider the fact that this is super duper iconic. I mean, that is because, yeah, you know, it starts out with this one. It is the most known one, but the others have more unpacks. True, you're right with that one. It might not have that much of a significant meaning since we're just starting to have memory deteriorate. Oh my god, I can't even speak. But it does kick things off, so it is interesting. I would definitely put it above A minus, but like A plus. Therefore, I know this one, it gives me Backrooms vibes, exactly. And that's like super peak. We don't have many days is the next one. Alright, so one thing we should also discuss, we should probably take into consideration if we look at the song names, for instance. The song names do also have a damn meaning. Well, a burning memory is also just, we haven't talked about that though. Wait, let me just pause it for a moment. A burning memory is an like exceptional way to describe Alzheimer's because it really is just your memory fading and fading. It is burning away essentially, effectively. That's how you can describe it really well. This one, I'm going to put only just the best of the best into S. I don't wanna mess around and just put every single one of them into S tier. So we gotta be careful with that. We shouldn't really just put them into S immediately. However, We Don't Have Many Days is very interesting to me. It is an ambient, a really calm, like ballroom music type shit, like type of melody. It is definitely unsettling a bit. Like, you know, there is something lingering back in the dark, back in the shadows, but you just still don't know what it could be. It's like still a mystery for the patient. I mean, but if we look at yeah, the perspective of the patient is actually much more scary. It is fucking terrifying. And We Don't Have Many Days, bro, that name alone, oh, it makes it actually gives me fucking goosebumps, dude. Definitely A minus, I would say. It repeats a few times and it gets a bit off. Oh wait, really? I haven't noticed that. By the end you say, right? Right. Oh my god, you're a genius. So that it does deserve A plus, I think. It is definitely above it, above It's a Burning Memory though. That is fucking interesting because I mean, like it keeps repeating. There's like a pattern we can follow. We can definitely follow this singular pattern multiple times up until the end, where we have like an echo that stretches out the melody. Wow, and it gets more and more quiet. It kind of is like I don't know, foreshadowing. It's like it's kind of foreshadowing of what's about to come, but it's just very minimal. It is not that deep. All right, next one. A pattern, but the pattern behind it changes. Good way to describe it. Perfect. The crackles get weirder. Yes. Perfect. Good way to explain it. The late afternoon drifting. Oh wow, this is a classic. This is really interesting because late afternoon drifting. Well, like I have like an image in my head. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like an older person sitting outside, maybe in a chair. I don't know, looking at their garden, and the afternoons are just drifting by. They are passing by, like everything seems still like normal, but something is off.
Rating songs XD.
Hell yeah, what's good, Emerald? Something is fucking off, but we still don't know what. and time is suddenly passing a bit faster. Maybe because of the fact that we just can't make memories that fast anymore, and like our short-term memory kind of sucks. Dude, this song is interesting. It is very interesting. The name is so perfect. Late afternoon drifting, and like the song has good flow to it. You know, you're drifting with the melody.
TS is peak.
It is good. It is good. Not perfect though. We still gotta consider there is A minus. A minus is not in the slightest way. It is still good. It is not bad in the slightest way. It's pretty good actually. We're going to put the songs which are actually bad into C. I mean, there clearly isn't any bad songs in this album because it's just a masterpiece, bro. In my opinion though. The night end you're looking at the forest, but there is no fog at all. Yeah, the fog is missing. Exactly. That's the aspect that we're missing. That aspect is going to be joining us later on in the album, and oh boy, it's going to get messed up real fast. How come I don't have text speech if I'm mod? It is just for subscribers and those who are member level 10. But I think you can get to member level 10 if you just attend my streams frequently, and like I don't know, donate some shit. I think it don't take too long. Don't worry about it. You can achieve that in like, I think, a matter of few weeks.
A 1-6 is just the beginning, but as time goes on, then everything starts to show its true colors.
Everything starts to show its true colors. Perfect interpretation. Oh my god, you're a genius. I didn't know we had genius in chat. I mean, I didn't know, but holy shit. God damn. Appreciate the heart me though. Thanks so much. I'll attend all the time because you have a cool life. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate that. I don't get to hear that very often. I mean, I do get to hear that sometimes. But thank you, that is awesome. Appreciate the compliment. Alright, so now that we've ranked that song, let's go on and move on to Childishly Fresh Eyes. Wow. Huge impact. Oh my god. This has got real gravity, dude. Alright, I think we all know how this song goes on and goes on. Well, I don't know. Maybe this song is like a sign that you remember your childhood. You just look back in time and you remember like how you felt. But maybe, I mean, how you felt. But maybe you still don't know what is about to approach you, what is about to be happening to you. Oh my god, the name makes you think of soft music, and it's just scary. But the music itself isn't soft. It is like trumpets, and those trumpets are just, I don't know, they sound distant, they sound loud, they sound violent, but at the same time it's like calming too. It's difficult to express, like to explain, I mean. It definitely belongs into A+ though. It does deserve that rank. Well, I don't wanna talk too much about these songs. Like there is, oh my god, I think about 50 individual songs.
The instruments are very
and we
tough.
have got to make progress. The instruments are definitely tough. Oh my god, so peak. Amazing song, no debate, it is definitely A+. Maybe even above We Don't Have Many Days. Because I feel like the loop itself is horrifying. The fact that we don't only get to experience these like loud trumpets once. The song just loops and loops and loops and loops. And it appears to like never be fading away. And then all of a sudden, we enter the next song, which is A5, Slightly Bewildered. This is the first song that actually introduces this distorted gimmick,
It's like they have their own personality and own colors of light.
Yeah. This one's really short though, which also I just noticed, oh my god, how did I never notice that? Instead of those, you know, these songs are almost all just 4 or 3 minutes long. This one specifically is only 2 minutes long. Why could that be? So like, if we're noticing distortions, they're just very minimal. See, the song may still have a melody, I would say, and it isn't that distorted, but there is a noticeable change in like a vibe. I don't know how to like explain it, but there definitely is a change. And also this like episode of panic, I don't know if we could refer to it as panic, because at this point the patient might still not have noticed his condition. But this is an interesting one, so definitely belongs into A-.
A5 begins to show that not everything would last forever and your mind will start to get foggy.
Nothing, oh my god. How do you keep like thinking of those genius things? Wow. So like it begins to show that not everything would last forever.
Colors will start to truly show.
Nothing amazing, like nothing beautiful just lasts forever. everything has a cap to it, everything has a limit. Wow, that's a beautiful way to explain it. I haven't thought of that. Everything must come to an end, you know, even the good things. Even the good things will come to an end.
Cracks in the mind, and as they get louder, it shows how the mind has
deteriorated. Yeah, that's genius. All right, next song. We move on to what is the name? Things that are beautiful and transient.
Because I always listen, then I would observe with words CX.
So here's the thing. If I imagine this as an image or as a thought, I see like an older person, like an elderly person, standing in nature, standing in a forest, for instance. Let's just take a forest. Let's just take a fucking forest. You're like looking at nature. Everything's beautiful. Everything has got a like good vibe to it. But you kind of notice something is off. But you still don't really know. Maybe it's because older people tend to be different from like. I mean, sure, you've probably like your grandparents definitely are more different than you are, and they also just maybe like have. Like they're definitely living different lives, you know. They have grown up in a different way, and maybe you just can't still distinguish if this is Alzheimer's or if this is just like your old age, basically giving you that effect of forgetting stuff. And you're not even. I'm not saying you're forgetting stuff that often, but it's like something very minimal, something insignificant. Like I don't know, forgetting to. Whatever, I don't know, some random shit. And it's like a lot of different people fall into the same problem. Yeah, that's so true. The album is like a brain full of color, but it slowly fades into the same color and becomes yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And you know, as I just explained prior to this, well, the album cover, quite literally, as you explained, it becomes more and more monotone. Well, there's so many things to actually look at and interpret because first of all, we can clearly see this image. Like first stage, pretty easy to recognize. Second stage, it's more monotone. We get like a lot of gray shades, gray tones.
I am just gonna get Alzheimer's. Get back to ya soon.
Uh-oh. I don't think that's a good idea. Twin. Whatever. All right. Anyways. Stage 2 just features like it is like a vase with flowers, and the colors get more.
Who are you?
Oh boy, I think he has Alzheimer's. Is that stage 3? Maybe stage 4, post-awareness confusions? I think that is definitely stage 4. Oh boy, you're cooked when you're cooked. Anyways, besides like any joking, it does get more and more monotone. And as you see right here, stage 3 is almost just entirely green. And then we get stage 4, colors are all just messed up. And then stage 5 is all of it is just gray. It is just fucking gray. No other shades of like colors, no other tones. It is boring. Monotone, you could say, yeah, whatever. This song is good. It is not perfect though, so I'll put it into A-.
Everything will never tell right away, but will show at the very last moment of Life of Colors.
Absolutely true. I agree with that one. Oh, so next up we have got All That Follows Is True. Oh wow, first of all, the song name, All That Follows Is True. You just have this like inner spark of denial. You don't wanna think that all of this is real, you just wanna deny it, bro. What do you mean I have Alzheimer's? Like, how could I ever get Alzheimer's? I'm the main character, like how would that ever happen to me? Why doesn't that happen to anyone else? That is denial. It is scary. It is scary, you know. All that follows is true. You're just kind of denying that the fact that all this could happen to you. To exactly why is it happening to me? Why isn't it happening to anyone else? That's what I'm saying. Melody is very scary as well. You're kind of trying to fight back. However, I don't know if
the first one and the fourth, I think, combined.
Yeah, wait.
You will start to think that everything isn't real.
True. The vibe is definitely similar. So this one does deserve, I think, a high A- tier.
And it's just your imagination.
Exactly. Good way to think about it. Definitely a good way to think about it.
Like the one that repeats that goes dun.
Is it trying to avoid the pain of forgetting with memories that will go away eventually? Yeah. Like the one that repeats that goes, yeah. Alright, next one is an autumnal equinox.
At Basel,
not exactly sure about the name. This one throws us off guard because it still has a nice follow, like it's still listenable. The melody can still be followed all the way through. It is a nice loop. It keeps us calm. But something is more off than it has been off before. Something is definitely changing, but we still don't know why or what is changing. Interesting. And also autumn is mentioned, which is, this is the third season of the year. We have made it from, I don't know, I think we're starting off in summer, perhaps in summer. We have gone a few months and now things are changing, and obviously I think it is the signs of fucking Alzheimer's. This one's interesting, not too interesting though, so I would definitely put it into A-, like maybe right here. I missed leading left for a second, no worries. Absolutely no worries.
You would rather escape from reality other than experiencing what's happening.
Yeah, true. And, well, how do you escape from reality if you're the person having Alzheimer's? There is only one reality. We're living in that one reality. If something permanent happens to your brain, like Alzheimer's, you just can't fucking grasp it. You're gonna be like, bro, that did not happen to me.
That's the thing.
You're going to deny and deny and deny, up until to the point where you have no energy left whatsoever, and your consciousness will just fade into emptiness. Scary, isn't it? That is just brutal reality. Like, I mean, you can't really just make it seem awesome. It is not awesome, not in the slightest way. The line of reality is blurring. At this point, it kind of is. What is reality and what isn't? Good question. Quite internal rebellions. Well, what a spoiler. Very memorable. Oh my god. We're getting more and more deterioration. The song is repeating itself. There is this background noise. There is this crackling. Sure, there is crackling, but also the melody is becoming more and more repetitive. It is scary. Song name, Quite Internal Rebellion. You're trying to deny, like always deny and deny and deny.
Sounds like the first one. It's like trying to remember but forgetting, like the blue tape one.
So this one is genius. I would put this one in A+, above Childishly Fresh Eyes. Perfect song. I mean, almost perfect.
Yes, you can try,
Is I watching
but
an
at
old
what
cartoon?
cause?
Yeah, for real. You can try, but at what cause? Next one. The loves of my entire life. Same thing here,
Sounds like
same
your
pattern
mic has
applies.
the Alzheimer's cracks FFS.
Wait, really? Is my mic that terrible? Does my mic have Alzheimer's? Who knows? I mean, I don't know for sure. Maybe it has. Bro, I'm like yapping the most random shit. This one's interesting. Let's just say it like that. You're remembering back.
You would try to remember who your loved ones once were.
Yeah, but you still do remember, right? I think we're still in stage 1. That should not be a problem. But you're trying to make those memories actually like stronger. You're trying to remember better and better so that you don't forget about it later on. Because later on, doom and despair. It is gonna be real chaotic. It is interesting though, and it is sad. It is sad to realize that you're not only going to lose yourself, your own identity, but the same thing will happen to basically anyone you've ever known. You're going to forget about them, like the most important person that you've met, like your parents, your siblings, your fucking, I don't know, you're basically just like your loved ones, It's so scary. I'm going to put this into A-. I think like about, yeah, the top of A-. It is a pretty good song. You can't deny that. It feels like you're back in the moment, but you can't see their face. Yes! Good way to imagine it.
ETO gets deco and rated.
Oh, that would be so awesome. However, I don't think someone would ever dare to decorate 6 hours of gameplay. That would take a lot of time for sure. Next one is, wait. You're trying to remember about the infection keeps spreading and darkness will come upon your mind. Yes, true. Into each other's eyes.
I mean, you say that, but Eon 2 is about to release.
Oh yeah, right. You're absolutely fucking right. Holy, I didn't even realize. 2-hour long level getting decorated. Maybe we can see it getting like decorated in the future. Who knows? This is like foreshadowing, a bit foreshadowing for what's about to happen in stage 2. The melody is really strange, it's distorted already. Into each other's eyes. I think you're like the song is referring to you, like as the patient, looking at your loved ones like into their eyes, remembering them for one last time, thinking about them, and trying to make it as much of a like coherent memory as possible. Interesting, super duper interesting. It is dancing with your loved one. Yeah, that's a nice way to imagine it. Basically just, I don't know, dancing to some ballroom music. That's what people used to do back then in the 1930s, 1940s. That's also like the genre of the music. It is from those years. Good, great song, absolutely amazing song. I'm going to put it right into A minus. My heart will stop enjoy. I'm going to let this play. This is a masterpiece. Just speak for itself. It'll just fucking speak for itself. Wow. So far, I think, no debate. I'm going to explain why in just a moment. This is S. One of the few, I mean not few, but there's going to be a bunch of S tiers throughout the album. Brain is foggy. My heart will stop enjoy. Perfect way to describe how Alzheimer's works. I mean, it is also dependent on how you see these things, because some may go crazy having Alzheimer's. I mean, you will definitely go crazy at some point or another, like go absolutely nuts. But I think at the end of the day, you're going to remember, and when you forget about everything, it doesn't even nothing like everything starts to not matter.
The first one, but it just fades.
Yeah, true. You're in a bliss, but it is off. Yeah. Oh my god, this is an interesting one. This is also just so good. The melody is beautiful. You're literally saying, I'm going to remember my loved ones. I'm going to be here. I'm going to be enjoying my last few years of life. I'm gonna be fully here mentally, and I'm going to try to make the best of it.
They can get violent due to their
My heart will stop enjoy. Absolute masterpiece. Beautiful song. Beautiful title. Beautiful implementation. I don't know, maybe the ending does tell us something about the next stage. Let me just take a look. Is there some echo? Oh my god. This joy, oh shit. This joy is about to fade. There is an echo. There is like an echo of, I think, about 5 seconds, which gives us a transition into the next song. And all good things come to an end, as I've just mentioned earlier. Alright, that is definitely an S tier. Next one is also incredibly impactful. Let's just give it a listen. Yeah, this is, oh my god. This is fucking amazing. Wait, oh sure. Wait, once they forget their loved ones, there's a chance they can get violent.
I think the name
and
My Heart Will
exactly due to forgetfulness. They don't even know what they're doing. Still trying to remember and restructure the first one, but it just fades. Yeah, I think the name My Heart Will Stop Joy means that they will only remember the best memory. That's what I'm saying. They will only remember the very best memories they've made, and that's the goal. That's mostly the goal. Because if you know like that you're only gonna have a few years left to live, the question is, what are you gonna do with it? Obviously, focus on those things. That's like the priority, pretty much. You like By the Sea? Yeah, totally. That's a great way to imagine it. This one, however, you can clearly hear it. There is a distant droning back in the background. The crackling sound also stretches throughout the whole song. You're getting this, I don't know, this droning sound, which just keeps on going and going, reminding you something is fucking wrong. And you are in the middle of it. You are the patient experiencing Alzheimer's. It's not someone else. It is you in particular. Fucking unsettling.
I think every song and number is the passing of months.
It is
so
way more distorted than any song
like
in stage 1. It is a wake-up call that something is wrong. Alright. I think every song and number is the passing of months, so A1 is 1 month. Good idea. That could totally be it. Yeah, true. Where if you get it early, you would remember it as if you were still young, not old. That is also a possibility. We'll come to that later. There's like a bunch of things that can be interpreted like that. So,
Their
a
body is
losing
fighting
battle
off
is
the
raging.
Alzheimer's, but the nervous system and cells in
Well,
the
it
brain
is
are
definitely
dying.
A plus, above quite internal rebellions. Such a big song. Next one. Misplaced in Time. Oh boy. Let's just give it a listen for a moment. Their body is fighting over of the Alzheimer's, but the nervous system, wait, and cells in the brain are dying. Yeah, totally. Wow. I got chills. I got fucking chills right now. Same. Everything moves
Sounds like the one who said
slowly.
it was like a ballroom, but more distorted.
Yeah. In this song, I think it focuses on time, on your time perception. As a patient having Alzheimer's, you can imagine them having fully fucking messed up time perception because they don't even remember. They are living in the present
Or it
moment.
could be the next
But
song in the ballroom.
when
representing
exactly is the
next
present
stage.
moment if they don't know what was before the present moment? Good question, right? If they have a short-term memory impairment, I mean, it affects their whole fucking brain, so they're pretty much equally as cooked. And Misplaced in Time is a really good title. I love the title. You're misplaced in time. You don't know. Like you can imagine like the daily cycle of the life of somebody living with Alzheimer's. They wake up,
Each
they
day
eat
the mind
breakfast,
gets
they
distorted
eat
from
lunch,
fogginess and
they
even the
eat dinner,
Alzheimer's.
and then they sleep, they wake up and do the same over and over and over again. Also, the trumpets sound really, really like unforgiving and terrifying both at the same time. Amazing song. It is high A plus. Let's just say it is fucking S because I love it so much. Wait, sounds like the one you said it was like a ballroom but more distorted. Yes, totally. Or it could be in the next song in the ballroom representing the next stage. Yeah, true. Each day the mind gets distorted from fogginess and even the Alzheimer's. Yeah, I agree with that one. By the way, it's only us three, but this is way more fun. That is true. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I think I deserve a greater audience. Whatever, though, I should stop yapping that much. Moving on, next song is called What Does It Matter How My Heart Breaks? Wow. First time the first song, which is called The Burning Memory, is being remixed or reused. It's way more distorted, way more scary. Still recognizable though. But what does it matter how my heart breaks? I'm going to forget about everyone, and so am I going to forget about myself. Why does it matter how I cease to exist if I forget about everything else? Reality is going to collapse upon itself and nothing is going to matter. Really deep. It is actually fucking deep. A plus, and it is definitely right here. Title is very, very sad. Yeah, you do? Thank you so much. Not yapping. I'm in the audience. Appreciate that, man. I actually appreciate that. Wow. This is the first one with a dark background, I'd say.
That time, and this one is him digging into his memo.
Yeah. You're already noticing that something is fucking wrong
and
with
finding
yourself.
what it sounded like when he was young.
True. Alright, absolutely amazing song. You've got to love this one. You have got to love this one. Next one. Glimpses of Hope in Trying Times. Wow. Starting off directly. No song has started off like this. It is very strange. Just a single note. The crackling has gotten much louder. The song has gotten more quiet. It's not even ambient music anymore. It's not like flowing like it used to. The sounds are just more monotone, terrifying, droning noises. Oh my god, it's actually deep. And glimpses of hope refer to the fact that you're still trying to deny that you have Alzheimer's, and you feel like there is hope, there is still hope. Many people say that hope is the last thing that actually dies. Hope is always the last thing that leaves you. That applies to Alzheimer's as well. Amazing song. Um, and finding what it sounded like when you was young, yeah, probably. By the way,
Has anyone
low-key
ever
might not be
survived
talking much
Alzheimer's?
because I'll be playing games, but I'll be listening. Heck yeah, no worries though. Has anyone ever survived Alzheimer's? I am not sure, to be honest. I have no clue. I don't think so though. It is a lethal condition after all. It is basically your brain fully deteriorating. Well, your brain, your body only works with the help of your brain. I mean, sure, everything has an essential function. So does your heart. Your lungs have an essential function. You can't live without any of them. But your brain, I think that is like the most essential part of your body. And if that thing vanishes, you're not alive anymore. You could live with an artificial heart and an actual brain, like a biological brain, but I don't think you could live without a brain. Or like, bro, I don't know. It's a good question though. It's not exactly survival. It is like trying to last.
Googled it
Yeah,
and said no.
you're trying to last. You're trying to make yourself into the like memories of other people. You're trying to make your own personality and like your own existence like last longer, whatever. Really good song. It is not above. Oh, there we go. That's a good ranking though. Surrendering to despair. See like how quickly things switch up from now on. We have hope. We think we can defeat this disease together. Nothing is wrong with us. The disease, like we're trying to deny it in first place, but all of a sudden, one track later, we're already surrendering to despair. Something has happened. And it came very quick. It can't be happening that fast. We notice that we are basically defenseless against such a actually like great enemy, I would say. Whatever. Let's give it a listen. Sounds much more calm. We're not fighting back anymore. We're just letting the song flow. It is still more ambient than the previous song used to be. And it is very sad because you're just giving up hope this early on. You don't want to fight back. Nothing anymore. Wow. I googled it and it said no. Shit. Oh, that's actually scary, dude. Not B rank or C rank. Yeah. For now we have not gotten a song in B or C, but the reason for that, oh, obviously, this is I think one of the most emotionally impactful albums I've ever listened to in my entire life. This music is just a masterpiece, dude. I don't care if it's sampled from older like 20s music. It is so well sampled. Like I mean, it's still sampled. It is I don't know, so low. There are some crackling sounds, but the Caretaker has done it in like an amazing way. The transitions are perfectly fitting. The song names are awesome. Hey, I don't know, dude. It's just so good. Surrendering to Despair is an A+, I would say. Alright, next one is I Still Feel As Though As I Am Me. Interesting song because you still pretend like, alright, I mean, you don't even pretend, but you think that you still are your older self. Or are you? Because you've gone through a lot of change. We are shortly before stage 3 begins. Kind of unsettling, isn't it? And you're still feeling like, oh, I'm still feeling like the old, like myself. Nothing has really changed, right? And maybe you just forgot it. Maybe you fully forgot the fact that you got like you have fucking memory loss, dude. Wow. Oh, this one's scary. This one's fucking scary. It starts off with noise, just noise pollution. I don't know how to actually interpret this, but the title is interesting. It is, I think the title alone is definitely an A+, but the song isn't really that significant to me. I might be like, just because a song isn't that like. Oh, never mind. I think I know this song. I forgot about it for a moment. Oh, this is a fucking A+. It's like you're having these droning tones. They're just repeating and repeating, stretching and echoing. It just gives way off. Like it just shows you like how unforgiving this disease is. It just progresses and progresses. It is not going to stop no matter what you do. It is going to progress further and further. I mean, it will take some months or maybe some years for it to fully like capture yourself, like I mean captivate you, and maybe even like take your life. I mean, it'll most definitely do that, but it just shows how merciless the disease really is. Well, that is an A+, and it is above childishly fresh eyes, and even above quite internal rebellions. There we go. Might be first C or B. Nah, because if you think like on a deeper layer, I mean I don't know, you can think about it in different ways. But I most definitely feel like that this one refers to the fact like I still feel as though as I am me. That sounds fucking interesting to me. Because what do you mean you still feel like you are yourself? Quite dusk coming early is the next one. You're seeing the fog in the distance. There is some fog. And the fog is actually gaining momentum. It is coming closer and closer in a faster rate. Faster than you have expected. You didn't expect fog to be there so fast. And there is first confusions. Like actual confusions. And that's scary, dude. It is calm music. But it is unsettling as well because the crackling has got louder and louder. Definitely an A-. I think it's high A-. Just like this. Alright. Last moments of pure recall. This is where we go from we still know who we are, we still know what we're gonna do today, we still know what we ate for breakfast, all the way to what day is it? Is it Monday? Is it Tuesday? Like this is actually just like the breaking point, pretty much. The last moments of pure recall. After this, you're gonna be confused, no matter what happens. Beautiful song. And name is also very interesting. I don't know. I'm not sure. I would put it into A-, maybe like high A-. There we go. I know you see the fog in distance, bro. You start to see it move a bit closer. Yes, but wait. Quite dusk coming early. It is coming early because you didn't expect it to be here like that early. It is like surprising you in like that case if you take it that way. Really interesting. And like as you just said, you see the fog in the distance. I mean the really dense fog is still really far away. It's maybe like multiple months or years away, but you still like you get to know of what it feels like, sort of. Denial unraveling is the next one. Now you're going to fucking deny everything. You're gonna be like, oh fuck no, I don't got no Alzheimer's. Two people in here? Yeah. I mean, I don't really give a shit though, to be honest. This is like an interesting stream to me. I'm able to express myself this way. It's pretty much interesting for me as well. This one feels like classic, yeah. There is way more distortion, and you're fighting it. You're fucking fighting it. You're taking all your energy and putting it towards fighting this disease, even though there is no point of doing so. It's almost like trying to stop an unstoppable force. How are you gonna stop that? Or like move an immovable object. You can't do that. But you're still giving it all, and you're still fighting and fighting. Will it have like any result? I don't think so. Not really. Interesting song. However, it is not perfect, so it's gonna go into A-. Wait. About right here. Perfect. Last song of stage 2 is called The Way Ahead Feels Lonely. Huge impact, to be honest. The way ahead, just let that sink in, because the way ahead feels lonely. You know that you're going to die alone inside of your own head. The whole reality, I mean, like as of right now, everyone is living in their own head. Kind of scary to think about, to be honest. But you are going to die alone. The way ahead feels lonely. You already know that you're gonna be lonely. You're gonna be fucking lonely in the next couple of years. It feels the song also just sounds very lonely. This is a solid A+, just because of the title. I think this is valid, yeah. This ranking so far. Wow. But without further ado, I would like to start off with the first song of stage 3, Back There, Benjamin. Notice how the song name doesn't really even make sense. Who is Benjamin, and why is he back there? I don't know, but maybe this is a way to represent the confusion that's going on with the patient. Let's take a listen. This is definitely the first song resampled again, like it's remade, way more distorted. Oh yeah, it's fucking distorted. This is an S1. I fucking agree with that one. This is perfect. This is beyond perfection, dude. Let me just like play it for a moment, just for a second. Hear those do you like hear those fucking trumpets? Straight goosebumps. Those trumpets are so violent. They just, oh my god. Thank you for the holy. Appreciate the 2 roses, dude. Thank you. Appreciate that one. Those trumpets just they just send shivers down my spine. It is so fucking scary. It just shows how, like, once again, how merciless Alzheimer's really is. It doesn't show no mercy. And it's going to take your life, no matter what. This might as well just be better. I mean, like, I think second place so far. It's pretty good. It is impactful as fuck. The difference between this and the end of stage 2 is huge. It's horrendous. Wow. Now moving on, there is another one that is actually inspired. I mean, not inspired, but it's remixed. It's a remix of It's Just a Burning Memory, and it's called And Heart Breaks. We transition from such a song, which might sound kind of cheerful, to listen to this. Wow. This is basically a perfect, like, it just gives me the image, or like the thought of the heart just actually fucking breaking, dude. You just can't imagine how much of a pain that must be, that your fucking heart breaks over such a disease. This is so scary, dude. This is the perfect metaphor. Your heart literally breaks. You just realized that it is done irreversible damage. And that, like, the damage has been done, as I just said. It has been done, and it is fucking scary. It has for sure changed your life already, in a ginormous way. And, like, the title is so fucking sad. This is one of the saddest titles I have read so far. Wow. Belongs into... Yeah, I think this is an S. This is definitely an S. You just can't deny that, bro. It's awesome. Oh my god. And heart breaks. It is like, you got this, like, connection word, which is and heart breaks. Wow, bro, it's like so fucking scary to think about. Shit, like, just let that sink in for a moment. Let's just, like, let that fucking sink in, bro. Before this, it was like, I was cheerful, I was trying to fight off the disease, I was trying to deny it. But right now, I've given up all hope, and my heart just suddenly breaks out of nowhere. The melody isn't even recognizable anymore, it's so distorted, it's so weird. It's basically beyond recognition. You lose the ability to do basic stuff like reading, exactly. And you might not, maybe you can still read a bit, but you might lose your focus. You're gonna be like reading a book. Why am I reading again? What am I reading? And you're gonna be frustrated. You can't even watch a movie because you're gonna forget 10 minutes after starting a movie what was the beginning like. You're gonna be frustrated because you can't connect dot A with dot B. You're gonna be confused as fuck, bro. And that's scary. Next one is also heartbreaking. Not the name though. Name is called Hidden Sea, Buried Deep. Wow.
my mom practice some shit for an assessment.
No worries. Alright. Hidden sea buried deep. This is a tough one. I don't know how to interpret this. I'm going to try my best though. Well, a hidden sea, something that's hidden, and it is buried deep. It is hidden from you. You can't see it. Something is preparing itself. Something is preparing itself to take hold over you and to shape your life for a worse, to actually change it forever. And this song is really fascinating and both terrifying. If you just listen to the melody, it's a piano. It's like those piano tunes keep repeating themselves over and over again. Same tone. It doesn't change. It's always the same and the same. I think it's time to get 3K. Nice. Wow.
The imaginary ocean and slowly forgetting about the world around you.
Yeah, you slowly forget about the world around you. You can also just image yourself, like picture yourself. You're in the ocean. You're swimming and you're sinking down. You're slowly drowning and drowning and drowning. It is pretty fucking scary if you ask me. And the fact that it keeps repeating and repeating, dude, this melody, it literally makes you go insane. And that is to me, that is the scariest part of it all. It is not a long song though, it is 1 minute and 20, but it also just is maybe just like, how do you call it? Like foreshadowing. Once again, it foreshadows what is about to come, what is about to happen in stage 4 maybe. Amazing song.
And slowly going into the twilight zone.
It is S, undeniably, it is definitely S. Libet's All Joyful Camaraderie. Let me just play this for a moment and let that fucking song take effect on you. Because this is actually deep. This is far more than deep. It sounds joyful, but is it really? The trumpets are really loud and they are threatening. They are literally threatening you. Instead of being joyful, they are giving you like a claustrophobic type of vibe. They are squeezing you into this tiny room and you're having a panic, you're like your first panic attacks for instance. This is actually fucking scary, dude. Not something that you want to mess with. That trumpet in the distance, echoing, being insanely loud compared to the other trumpet sounds. Wow. Now that is a statement, dude. That is a fucking statement. That is very, very scary. I mean, very impactful, indeed. Amadib, it's 2:54 right now. No worries, Twin. Have a good one.
You're trying to remember joyfulness, but instead the Alzheimer's eating your brain.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good way to like define it, I guess. You're trying to remember what is it like to be joyful? What is it like to have joy, to experience joy? But can you really remember it? Can you even replicate that feeling of joy? Can you do that no more? I mean, I don't think so. Your brain chemistry has pretty much altered to the point where you're not even able to feel emotions the way you used to feel them back in the good old days. Back when we were in stage 1, maybe at just the burning memory. Your perception is massively changed and shaped for a worse.
You're just trying to remember your feelings going down the drain.
True. To the minimal, great hidden. Alright, this one, it is perfect actually. I love this one. I mean, not perfect in a way of good sounding, but it is fucking deep. First song, almost like, if we go back, Slightly Bewildered, it is kind of similar. We're going to get more of those soon, later on. About to get 4K, nice. This one is also really terrifying. See, like, the mind is starting to deteriorate, and you notice that. To the minimal, great hidden. What a song name. I am not exactly sure on how am I supposed to understand the song name. To the minimal, great hidden. I don't know. Maybe give me some clues, chat. I have actually no clue. Oh shit. I'm trying to think of something that makes sense, but it's hard to come up with something right now. To the minimal, great hidden. I mean, you could refer it like refer to it as, you know, there's this like big hidden thing in the background, like Alzheimer's. You're losing your sanity. You're going crazy. You're going insane. There is doom and despair, as I just like mentioned.
You only have the patience to remember anything until you lose your mind.
Yeah, that's true. And that's a great way to describe this one. Wow, this is interesting. Also very, very scary. Wait, why the fuck did I not rank Libet's All Joyful Camaraderie? My bad. That is also an S tier. Shit, I'm going to place it just above Hidden Sea Very Deep. See, like,
that's where the violence
do you
being.
realize how most songs are just like most S tier songs are just stage 3? That just shows like stage 3 is the part where most change takes place. That's where joy turns into doom, and hope turns into despair, and you are going mentally insane. This is the transition we've been looking for. Not necessarily been looking for, but this is the way Alzheimer's work. Sublime beyond loss. I'm going to let the full song play. Just like lean back. This is one of my favorites. It is unlike any other song in the stage or in the whole album. You just like get met with fully new notes, a different type of music. Notes are more stretched out, they are echoing like crazy, and they become loud all of a sudden, or quiet. There is a crackling in the background too, and it's all layered on top of itself. It's like time perception is definitely messed up at this point. The Tunnel of Despair, crazy reference. Yeah. You only have patience to remember anything until you lose your mind. Yeah, that's where the violence ends up being. Exactly. Wow. There still is a flow, but that flow is it is already messed up, bro. It is paradox. I don't know how to talk about it. Listen to this. Oh my god. So fucking scary. Now, oh my god, wait. We did not rank this song. Oh, bro, I'm dead ass. I think I have Alzheimer's. I forgot to rank this one. To the minimal grade hidden. It would have been like an A+. About right here. I would say it's valid. Wait. There we go. Nice. Another S tier. Oh wow. Bewildered in other eyes.
Your brain is getting smaller and smaller due to Alzheimer's or even to the point of dementia.
Exactly. And that's the whole process of the disease. And that's really scary about it. Yeah, well, this is a similar one to like the one we listened to previously, to the minimal grade hidden. It's also just the clutter of noise. We don't know what is going on. The melody just fades, and there is just chaos that remains. Impactful, and it will change our way on how we perceive things, so I might as well just put it into A+. And not above Childishly Fresh Eyes, but I think about between that and Glimpses of Hope in Trying Times. Long-term dust glimpses. After a long time, it's been very long. It's been definitely a few songs ever since we've had a joyful track at least.
Looking at others dancing with full
so now, see, like the pattern has kind of changed. We're not getting many joyful songs and then one song that just snaps us out of out of our dream back into reality, back into brutal reality. We're having many songs that are equally as terrifying, and then maybe one joyful song. This is how things change, and Stage 3 does an amazing job at portraying that, you know? Your brain is getting, wait, hold on. You're looking at others dancing with full of feelings and joyfulness. Yeah, and colors. True.
You thought everything was getting better, but you snapped back into it.
Long-term dust glimpses. Wow, I think I just realized something else. Like, I might have actually gained insights to like some more important information. Look at the title for a moment. Long-term dust glimpses. Well, if you haven't noticed by now, we are already in the fog. We are definitely in the middle of a fog. It might not be a strong fog, but it still is strong. So you might be able to see a bit in front of you, but you just can't see everything. And right now what we're experiencing that very mild fog. We're not looking back to what used to be before Alzheimer's. We have no memories of that. We can only go back to the perception we had back in stage 2, where we had those like dusk, I don't know, like that light dusk. It wasn't nothing too bad. It was just very slight fog. And we're like that's the scariest part of it all. We're not remembering how it used to be when everything was clear, when we had perfect memory. We're remembering the time where we had already deteriorated memory, but it wasn't as messed up as it is right now, if that makes sense. And that fucking makes it scary.
A book will always tell its story, but will it always tell the truth?
Good question. And that is definitely super duper philosophical. I have no clue, to be honest. So I would definitely put this one into A+, but not above. Oh, it's just a burning memory. It's gotta be. Oh shit. I'm thinking about it. Oh, let's just put it between Bewildered in Other Eyes and Glimpses of Hope in Trying Times. That's a good ranking. Gradations of Arm's Length. I mean, self-explanatory pretty much. The music, it doesn't follow like a strict beat or vibe anything. It doesn't flow, as I just said. It has almost no flow anymore. And it's just all straight aimed towards that one point, and that one point being your death. It just goes and goes. It goes on and on and on.
Once you get yourself into an ever-long situation, you will never go back into where it all begins.
True. You will only go back to maybe like, I don't know, to like a very, very certain point in time that wasn't necessarily at the beginning of everything. It might just be like a few tracks behind. And this one is like, this one does an amazing way. If you try to like imagine what this song name could mean, Gradations of Arm's Length. If we're using the fog metaphor, or like if we're talking about fog, try imagining stretching your arm out, and to the point like you can see your own hand in the fog, but everything that's beyond your hand, like that's behind your hand. For instance, if there was like a house behind your hand, like I don't know, 5 meters away from you, you would not be able to see shit.
The only
thing
is to always rely on words other than people.
True. That's actually facts though. But what I'm saying essentially is that you will be able to see to a certain extent. I mean, like your memories, you will be able to still like form new memories, but it's very limited, and you're going to forget pretty much everything that's new, and you only remember the old things that like happened to you back in your childhood, perhaps. It's fucking scary, since if you just deadass imagine this, oh wow, dude. It is so goddamn, no worries, so goddamn scary. Just stretching your arm out and just seeing as far as your arm can stretch. That's actually insane. So this one, because of its name, is going to belong into A+. Above, I still feel as though as I am me. So pretty high A+. That's good ranking. Here we go. This is one of my favorites. Drifting Time, Misplaced. Sequel, I mean not sequel, but similar to Misplaced in Time. This one, you're drifting, you're spinning, time misplaced. You don't know which year we are in. I don't know, we're in 2025, or are we in 2026? Yo, what are we? Are we 10 years back in 2016? You have no clue. You don't know if it's Tuesday, Wednesday. You have absolutely no idea of time itself. The concept of time is blurred out. It doesn't even make sense necessarily anymore. Days go by like nothing. It is fucking scary. Dang it, Tideway. Is it only me? Now there is one more person watching, but that one person just had to go for a moment. Don't worry. It's not just you. This one is so good, it's actually unexplainable. Listen to it for a moment. It is the same melody that loops, I think, in about 40 seconds each time, and it gets more and more and more distorted as it goes on, with each loop specifically. This is something no other song features of the album. There is always, each time the loop restarts, there's always something new that gets added or that gets taken out of the song. And your like so-called challenge, I mean not challenge, but your task is to notice what is missing. Something is starting to miss. And as you go on, it gets more and more unrecognizable. Just give this a listen. Hold up. It's way more distorted, there's echoes. The sounds are being stretched way more than they used to be stretched. It sounds unnatural almost. This song is S. Yeah, it is very high S. And here comes the catch. This isn't all. There is still a brutal, almost a minute remaining of the song. As I'm playing it right now. The final 30 seconds, guess what? It is just crackling noise. This song, all of a sudden, it stops abruptly, it cuts off, it fully cuts off, and you're only going to listen to the crackling, which was once in the background. Now, that layer moves into the foreground, and we're listening to the crackling, which is definitely fucking scary. It is really terrifying. And, well, there is a lot to say about this one. I don't want to talk about it too much, though. But as I just mentioned, I think this is a great way to, I don't know what else to call it, but this is just literal foreshadowing of what's about to happen in later stages, such as stage 4, post-awareness, and beyond that. This one is S, and I think it is, yeah, the best song so far. Just personal opinion, though. Don't blame me for that. Wow. And remember, the song ended with crackling noises. And there wasn't anything else. There was no more melody, there was just crackling. This crackling transitions into internal bewildered world. Oh, my bad. No more recognizable melody, just a mess, a clutter of sounds that stretches for eternity, seemingly for eternity. Goes on for 3 minutes, no pattern that you can follow, nothing that you can still grasp onto. There is nothing left in your mind, and this might be going on for a few days or a few weeks until things become more normal, I guess. I mean, the disease will never leave you, but this part is really scary, especially since we've had that foreshadowing before. It goes from crackling to this. You just snap back into reality, you realize something is most definitely wrong. Wow, just because of the transition, even though it has nothing to do with it. I mean, it does have, in context to the previous song, it is dependent on that one. I mean, on the ending. But let's just put it into A+, and just about above Childishly Fresh Eyes. It is good, it is fucking good. So you make your own memory. Yes, and that's what drives you crazy. That's what makes you go insane. Burning despair does ache. Crazy you thought that losing your memory doesn't do any physical harm to you. You don't feel pain. After all, your brain doesn't even contain no nerve cells or nervous cell, whatever that is called. You can't feel that pain. What you do feel though is your heart that aches. And burning despair does ache. Your memory is burning away, like it's just a burning memory. And you're getting to feel that. Another time, the first song is being reused, which is called It's Just a Burning Memory. However, this time it is way more distorted and unrecognizable even almost. It's still trying to hold on to the basic melody, but it is deteriorating at a very fast pace. It's becoming more and more unrecognizable. So this one is most definitely also an S tier. There we go. We've got so many S tiers already, and most of them are obviously stage 3. Aching Cavern, Without Lucidity. I can't really tell you much about this song. I have never really understood it. But Aching Cavern sounds like there is like I don't know. There is like oh boy. Let me think about it for a moment. There is a hole, there is some empty space inside of your brain that is not filled up, but it hurts. It hurts that you forgot about. It hurts that you forgot about everything. There is a hole that is not filled. That gap of your memory not existing. It is basically gone, and that's what hurts your heart. An aching cavern without lucidity. Things are definitely taking a turn, and they have been taking a turn for a while now. But now that changes speed up, I mean, this is... Because of its name, I like the name, so it's an A+, but it isn't that special to me though. We get to an empty bliss beyond this world. Melodically, I mean like, regarding melody, listen to this. This is just cinema, dude. The melody is the best. I love the melody. It's so catchy. And what this reminds me of is, I don't know why, it's giving me this Christmas type of vibes. Like a nice little vibe. Sitting beside, I don't know, the Christmas tree. Opening presents perhaps as a kid. It is really fucking scary what this disease can do to you, dude. And I can't imagine losing such memories. They are very much very valuable to me. Oh wow, it is actually so deep. It's like you can't distinguish, like it's like blurring the line between reality and something that's fictional, dude. That's how it sounds to me. It feels unreal, almost comparable to derealization. Immediate S tier, I think it is because of the melody. I really like the melody. It's gotta be up there. In S tier. Nice.
Nice.
From being a kid to memories of now, there are no more memories of your time in school. True. Absolutely facts, dude. Top of S. Yeah, it is definitely top of S. What's good, Tommy? Hey, new person. What's good, Tommy? Alright, Limit Delay. This one, surprisingly, is a remake of a song that is not even contained in this album. It is part of a different album though, that is supposed to represent the stage 0, which is life before Alzheimer's. It is called, like, it is originally called Limit Delay. This one's called Limit Delay too, but it is, you'll notice what's off. Wow. The song is way more slower. It's like slow motion. Everything just fades in, fades out. The melody is just fucking messed up. It is fucking messed up. You can't describe it any other way. You can't put it any other way. It's scary. Oh my god. Damn. Wow. This song, yeah, exactly. It is really famous, but this is like a remake of it. More distorted, more stretched, echoing sounds. You don't know where you are. It's almost like you're lost in your own home, in your own house. How could you ever get lost in a place that you've been living in for the past couple of years, or maybe for the rest of your life? Now that's a good question, right? Isn't it? Like, imagining that fact, it is definitely classic S. So good. It is mixing with other memories. Good way to describe it. Last song of stage 3. Here we go. Let's give it a listen. Mournful Camaraderie. Wow. I think what this song is trying to tell us. We are mourning over ourselves. Our memory isn't even coherent no more. It is unstable. It is so unstable. And this song is another time the Caretaker just reuses It's Just a Burning Memory. However, it is almost beyond recognition. You can't even tell. You can barely even tell that it is the same song. It's just so distorted, and that's very scary about it. Let's move on. I mean, I'll just rank this one definitely high A plus, right here. Nice. Hold up, I'll be back in a second. No worries. Next one is post. Oh my god, I have got a lot to talk about this one. Post-awareness confusions, stage 4. This is the moment where we are met with even more chaos. There isn't a pattern anymore to it all. It is just noises that fade in and fade out. It is so chaotic that it drives you insane. This is the turning point that you won't even remember that you have Alzheimer's. You will think to yourself that you've always been living like this, that your mind has always looked like this. Well, let's give it a listen. The transition is insane for sure. Wow. It is straight fucking goosebumps each time I listen to this one. It's like you're descending into a hole. You don't know how deep that hole is, or if you're going to survive that fall. If you just jump down that hole, you don't know if you're gonna be falling forever, or if that suffering will last. I mean, scary to think about. It's like a fucking descent. You can't even tell what's reality anymore, and that is one of the pretty much the fucking scariest things I've ever heard. The transition, especially from stage 3 to stage 4, there isn't really even a transition. It just comes out of nowhere. You don't expect it to happen. You may think that it is just a smooth transition to like another, maybe ambient or joyful song, but it really isn't. It is something you should definitely be careful about if you're listening to this, because it may catch you off guard. If you're using this music to fall asleep, please don't. If you're like especially putting it on shuffle, oh heck no. Well, I think it is. Yeah, S tier. Next one.
Back. D.
Nice. Post-awareness confusions part 2. Same title, once again. May represent how monotone the disease progresses. I mean the condition. Heck yeah. It is really fucking scary how 3 of the songs which stage 4 contains, they are all 20 minutes long, 20 plus minutes to be exact, and they are like 3/4 of them, like 75%, are named post-awareness confusions. That's incredibly scary in my opinion. Same thing here. It starts off with random noises. You can't even make out a melody. Maybe from time to time there is lucidity, but there is more chaos than there is lucidity. If we skip ahead to 15 minutes and a few seconds.
I'll watch while I eat sandwich.
Listen to this part specifically. This part in specific is going to make me put this into S tier. It is called the Hell Sirens. Wow.
It's Super Peak XD.
This is why I might reconsider the ranking. This is fucking genius for someone who's probably lived, I don't know, if we're like talking about this album, we're talking about this 1920, 1930 type of music. Imagine that like elderly person who's living as of right now in the present, has Alzheimer's, and he gets PTSD from back when he probably maybe even used, like he went to fucking war. He fought in World War I, for instance, and he's getting flashbacks, like straight PTSD, and that memory is represented through these hell sirens, which are unforgiving. Just like, take a listen one more time. This is S tier. Above, yeah, this is, oh my god. Just because of that few seconds. Wait, I think it's definitely here. Highest tier. Impactful. Alright, I think that's enough for the second song of stage 4. Let's move on to temporary bliss state. Now, oh wow. The whole song, there is, as I said, as I just mentioned earlier, the melody has faded. There isn't even a melody anymore. All that remains is just these random sounds trying to resurface, trying to make a coherent memory, but it isn't even possible anymore. You're trying your hardest to remember something, but all that remains is basically just a huge mess. All that you could say.
You're in a room full of scribbles and fogginess, just sadness and a goal of remembering.
The goal of remembering, yeah, that's true. They're trying to make memories last, even though they know that it's not possible. They're trying to do the impossible. They're trying to move an immovable object. It's not possible, obviously. Well, and it is called temporary bliss state. What is a bliss state? Could you consider this a bliss state? I don't really think so. It is not an oasis in the desert. It definitely isn't. It might just be a water puddle instead of an oasis. A really small water puddle. That will definitely it won't cancel out your thirst, but you will be thirsty for a while after this one.
Trend, if you know what that is.
So it is a high A+. I'll put it right here. Like behind a losing battle is raging. Alright, next one is it's like the I am slowly starting to forget your face trend, if you know what I definitely know what it is. And there is a trend with this album as well. Really interesting. I definitely recommend looking it up on like YouTube or TikTok. There is a transition. Even if so rough, there is a transition into state, like the next post-awareness confusions from temporary bliss state. There are some ambient melodies, but they are pretty much drowned. They are drowning under this whole layer of noise pollution, and you can't even make them out. You're not even sure if it is from previous songs, and that's the scary part about it. These songs are not just getting unrecognizable, they are becoming meaningless. Quite like literally, in the literal sense, they are becoming fully meaningless. So that's why this one is also an A+, and I would put this right here. It's a perfect ranking. Now we move on to stage 5, and it is called Advanced Black Entanglements, which there are two of them, two of the same title, but they are definitely different in their own way.
People will start to turn into faceless cardboard.
Yeah, and I know that trend, that is super horrifying in my opinion. This one features even more confusion and entanglements as stage 4, and it brings more horror to our patient. Which at this point, I am not even sure if we know that we have Alzheimer's. We probably don't even know about it. The patient is just confused. And he is fighting the disease effectively. I don't even know. At some point, you can hear a very loud crackling and the melody just fades. Everything, even the noise pollution just fades.
Because you're
Maybe
not
that's
just
a sign.
The face, you're forgetting their whole existence.
Exactly. Literally the whole existence. How is it like to forget that? And right here, you're effectively just, I don't know how to call it. I'm thinking about a plausible explanation for this one. Hang on for a moment. Let me just think. Let me just like think about it for a moment. Hold up. Like you can't at this point you've lost all your energy to fight off this condition.
You try so hard, but nothing
Yeah,
works.
nothing works.
So you just think you are worthless.
You think you're worthless and you're going to give up. I mean, not even give up. You're basically drained of all of your mental and both physical energy. You can't do anything else than just lay in your fucking bed for hours upon hours and just suffer. I mean, I'm not even sure if suffering is possible up till this stage, since the memory has
Because
pretty
you feel
much
like you're
faded
nothing anymore,
to
you
almost
will try to.
nothingness. True.
You
There still is clarity though, don't forget about that. We're still remembering how things used to be maybe in stage 4 or stage 3, but just very shortly. All that clarity collapses in a matter of seconds. Second part of advanced plague entanglements features less noise. So that could possibly mean that we're fighting less. We've pretty much like given up hope. Also, I forgot to rank it. My bad. I'm actually getting Alzheimer's. But let's just fucking put it into A+.
But
I think it would
worry,
be valid to put it right
you will
here.
at least hope to see the light of fate to bring yourself into freedom.
I don't know. This is not very like pleasant to listen to in this way. If we put it this way, but it is interesting. It is really very interesting. I would rather like want to listen to this because it is like interesting to me. Whatever.
But at what cost?
But don't worry, you will at least to hope to see the light, of fate, to bring yourself into freedom, for real. But at what cost? That's a question. It is going to take your life at the end of the day, and there is nothing you can do about it. This one features more clarity than the other one, but it also has more crackling sounds that are just exposed. They are rather not hidden in noise, which is, I think, a metaphor for like the patient fighting off the condition.
You're already forgetting, and it's already getting worse day by day. So why try?
So why try? You're giving up you're fully giving up hope. Even if you were subconsciously fighting it, now you aren't. That's definitely a sign that you've given up fully. I can't really rank these very well, so I'm gonna put it into A+ behind the first version. Synapse Retrogenesis. This is a very interesting name, in my opinion. Retrogenesis. Almost, it sounds like it's evolving backwards in time. Instead of forward, you're not experiencing the future, you're rather thinking about the past.
Dementia has already made its move, so why even try?
Yeah.
You will still die.
Why even try? You will die either way. There is no hope left anymore. And I think this one refers to the fact that you're trying to remember what used to be back then, and memories cannot be made right now. Obviously, short-term memory is almost it is fucked up for sure. You will not be able to form recent memories that are actually coherent and make sense. So well, this one is interesting, and it takes us back to more like nostalgic time. Also, way less way less noise and more crackling. It might as well be, I don't know, better than the first advanced plague entanglements.
Why try? It will still be the same outcome.
Same outcome exactly. So why even, why the fuck would you even put work into doing so, into fighting off that condition? It doesn't make sense whatsoever. Sudden.
It's like flipping a coin.
Time
you will get
regression.
The same thing either way.
True. Wait, it's called sudden time regression into isolation. Time is suddenly regressing. Regressing means it's going backwards. You're going back in time, all the way to your... I think this is like a common effect Alzheimer's has to patients who are in this stage, in stage 5. In specific, that they tend to actually not evolve forwards but like backwards. They just go back to their like childhood, their very first actual memories that are significant. Oh my god. There is just white noise. And this is what the rest of the album is pretty much gonna consist of. It is gonna be fucking white noise. And there is not gonna be like a lot to judge except for the song titles. Like you could say that right now we're rather not even listening to the songs.
Because you can't control yourself anymore. Yeah. You just isolated yourself, but you still want an answer.
True. You're effectively just looking at the song title. The song is so messed up, it is so much full of noise and crackling sounds that just the song title is giving you way more information than the song itself. 20 minutes of noise is giving you less information than the title, if that makes sense. And this just one-liner thingy, like the sudden time regression, is already telling you enough what is going on. The song itself isn't able to tell you that. Sometimes it is. You get those nostalgic notes.
Everything that you made
But,
with people come to an
well,
end, but if you knew that you were gonna have it,
everything that you made with people come to an end. But if you knew that you were gonna have it, yeah, you knew it all along the way. And
why
oh
would you
well,
make those moments?
why would you make those moments? Why would you want to actually make those moments? Because you are not even going to remember them at the end of the day. This one, oh, because of the song title, I think it is very deep and it definitely belongs. I would say between these two, like post-awareness confusions 3 and temporary bliss state. Alright, here we go. Last stage remaining, which is stage 6. Starting off with a confusion so thick you forget forgetting.
You can't go back, no you can't. But, that's life, your body will have the outcome either way.
That's true. I mean, everyone is going to die at one point or another. But the question is how, though? How is death going to occur? Now, the next few songs, I can't really give you like I could play the full 20 minutes and you wouldn't really be able to tell what's going on. It's more or less just white noise, droning
really,
sounds.
If death really exists, what's it like?
There is little to no clarity whatsoever. But what we're going to take a look at is the song title. A confusion so thick you forget forgetting. This song title might be one of the best in the entire album. That is an S+ for song title, definitely. It belongs up on top. It is so fucking deep. What do you mean that you will be so confused? You get to a point where you're so confused that you forget about the fact that you can forget stuff. Now that is not how a mind is supposed to work. That is oh my bad. That is not how a brain is supposed to work. I'm sorry for I was going so long. No worries, twin. Absolutely no issue.
Welcome back, Basil. D.
Welcome back. This one is incredibly interesting. I love it. You just gotta love this one. I'm going to put this into, even though the well, you know, the sounds itself, they just don't give off any vibe. It is practically just white noise. S tier. No debate.
No problem. D.
A brutal bliss beyond this empty defeat. Once again, a brutal bliss. Isn't the bliss supposed to be cheerful, joyful? How is it brutal beyond this empty defeat? It just tells us that if we skip ahead to this song, our brain or our like memories are non-existent. They are basically non-existent. Maybe we can remember very basic things. For instance, to maybe just drink some water from time to time or eat some food. But apart from that, no memories are formed and nothing can be remembered. And you just lost. This is the point where you just lose. And you can't even fight it. You just gotta accept it.
You're invisible,
but you can't even accept it.
Really no point of
so what exactly is
even
going on? It is A+ and above a temporary bliss state. Alright. Wait. You're invisible to everyone because there's really no point of remembering even if you try. Exactly. There is no point. There is no fucking point. If you try, it'll have the same outcome.
No matter how hard you try, it will always be the same.
Yeah, true. And that's the scariest part of it all. Long decline is over. Is it positive? Is it good that we? I think it is actually a happy ending. Not in that way. Not that it is like the best outcome that could have happened, but the suffering just ends. The long decline is over. From this point on, things get only like better, I suppose. I mean, more peaceful as you die, but they can't get worse anymore. You've reached the peak of the like worst thing. There is not going to be.
Dementia.
Yeah. There is not going to be more pain and more and more and more. It is only going to fade away. I mean, not fade away slowly, but you've reached a peak. You've reached the worst part, and it's not going to get any worse from now on. That is scary to me. That is really scary. but it is kind of calming to know. Also a load of droning noises.
Final stage is
There
when you
isn't
finally
really
had enough, and what
any
the book
clarity.
told Al.
Wow, this is very meaningful. It is
All
also
along was the
behind
real
a
truth.
brutal bliss beyond this empty defeat. The final song of the album might be the most impactful, and this is very memorable, especially the last 5 minutes. I'm going to explain to you in a moment why that is the way it is. It starts off with emptiness, silence, really faint and quiet. Droning noise. There we go. Horrifying. That is really horrifying. But you just know that the suffering has come to an end. And there isn't even anything you can do anymore.
I'm
You're
low-key
just
genius
basically
when it comes
existing.
to this DX. I love it when it comes to deep shit DX.
That's amazing. I'm I'm happy to hear that. Wow. Let's skip ahead
Thanks
to the last 4
GNGXD.
minutes. We have this beautiful core singing these high notes, almost like we're back in stage 1 or even in just stage 0 before Alzheimer's even started. It's like a peaceful transition into death, or actually it could be something related to what many patients with Alzheimer experience, which is terminal lucidity. That's what it's called, at least, I think. It is when you're regaining access to all of your memories, and all of a sudden you have sudden clarity and you know what's going on. But this is also a really sad sign because it shows that you're about to fade away and die. An amazing close off to the album. This ending is really meaningful.
XD.
That is why I would put this one into solid S tier and definitely above. Oh my god, it's gonna be hard to rank. It is top 3. Alright. As you guys see here, the list just contains almost like it is mostly, I think, A+. Yeah, that's like where the biggest part of the album is in. There's a lot in S and A- as well, but there is none in B and C. It is actually, the Caretaker is a genius, believe it or not. His songs are so meaningful. They are packed with intention. They are packed with I don't know. They are just so compact and tight, full with information, and you can just analyze them for hours upon hours, and you're not even gonna be like done finding all the meanings. It's so interesting. Alright. This is the point where the book told the real truth and not just the truth. Totally valid. I mean, this was actually awesome to take a listen to again, going through all the 50 songs of the full album, all the 6 stages, saying a bit to like every single song, like having something to say. I mean, if you guys wanna like add something to it, just like let me know if you got any questions. And I'm probably even going to make a YouTube video out of this. I can't lie. This might be the peakest YouTube video of all time. But anyways, I hope you guys liked it.